Hi friends, I welcome you all for the channel of your UPSC friend. Let's start current affairs MCQs for the prelims 2020. Today's all 5 questions are from history. First question. Which of the following are the recommendations of Hunter Commission? The first statement, primary education should be regarded as the education of the masses. Second statement, medium of instruction in the primary education should be English. Third statement, the fees charged in aided secondary schools should be considerably lower than the fees charged in government schools. Here we need to look for the correct statement. Lord Ripon appointed the Indian Education Commission in the year of 1882 with Sir William Hunter as its chairman. This commission gave its recommendation both on the primary and secondary educations. Now let's check the statements. Primary education should be regarded as the education of the masses. The first statement is correct. And the commission recommended for the medium of instruction in the primary education should be in the mother tongue, not the English. Hence the second statement is incorrect. The fees charged in the secondary schools should be considerably lower than the fees charged in government schools. Hence the third statement is correct. Here the correct answer is 1 and 3 only, that is A. Lord Ripon appointed the Indian Education Commission on 3rd February 1882 with Sir William Hunter as its chairman. It is known as Hunter Commission of 1882. The major recommendation of Hunter Commission of 1882 on primary educations were: primary education should be regarded as the education of the masses. It should train the people for self-dependence. The third recommendation was medium of instruction in the primary education should be in the mother tongue. And also the appointment of teachers should be made by the district authority and approved by the government. And the recommendations on the secondary educations were: the administrative responsibility on secondary education should be handed over to the efficient and educated people. English should be the main medium for the instruction in the secondary stage. The fees charged in aided secondary schools should be considerably lower than the fees charged in government schools. Next question. Consider the following statements. The first statement, Warren Hastings established a Diwani Adalat and a Fauzdari Adalat in every province. Second statement, Lord Cornwallis established Provincial Court of Appeal and Circuit. Warren Hastings established a Diwani Adalat and Fauzdari Adalat in every district, not in every province. Here the first statement is incorrect. And in the second statement, William Bentinck abolished the Provincial Court of Appeal and Circuit, not the Lord Cornwallis. Hence the second statement is also incorrect. Here we need the correct statements. Hence the correct answer is D, neither 1 nor 2. British laid the foundation of new judicial system in India. Warren Hastings was the first to establish the modern judicial system in place of the traditional one. He established a Diwani Adalat and a Fauzdari Adalat in every district. Diwani Adalat was presided over by the district collector and Fauzdari Adalats were presided over by the Indian officers who decided the case with the assistance of Qazis and Muftis. In 1831, William Bentinck abolished the Provincial Court of Appeal and Circuit. Next question. Consider the following statements. In 1800, Fort William College was established at Calcutta during the Governor Generalship of Lord Cornwallis. Second statement, Charter Act of 1853 decreed that all recruits of the civil services were to be selected through the open competition. Here we need to look for the correct statement. Wellesley in the year of 1800 established the Fort William College in Calcutta, not the Cornwallis. Hence the first statement is incorrect here. The Charter Act of 1853 decreed that the all civil service examination to be held through the open competition. Hence the second statement is correct. Here the correct answer is B, that is 2 only. In 1800, Fort William College was established at Calcutta during the Governor Generalship of Lord Cornwallis to train the young officers recruited for civil services. In 1806, directors of the company shifted the venue of the training of the civil service officers from Calcutta to East Indian College at Haileybury in England. Merit was made the basis of selection to the public services for the first time by the Charter Act of 1833. Till 1853, all the appointments of the civil services were made by the directors of East India Company, but the Charter Act of 1853 decreed that all the recruits of the civil services were to be selected through a open competitive examination. Next question, consider the following pairs. First, Amatya, chief treasury in the Mauryan dynasty. Second, Gramini, village headman. Third, Vrajapati, officer in charge of pastoral lands. Here also we need to look for the correct pairs. Here the correct pairs are second and third, that is Gramini, who is the village headman, and the third Vrajapati, who is the officer in charge of pastoral land. Hence the correct answer is C, 2 and 3 only. Mauryan Empire was divided into 4 provinces with the imperial capital at Pataliputra. Mauryan's administration was highly centralized. The king was the supreme power and source of all authority. He was assisted by the council of ministers called Mantri Parishad, and those Mantri Parishad was headed by Mantri Parishad Adhyaksha. When it comes to the revenue department, the chief of revenue department and in charge of collection of all revenues was called as Samharta, and the chief custodian of the state treasury and storehouse was Sannidata. And when it comes to the commerce and industry, the officer was called as Adhyakshas. And in the judiciary, the chief judicial officer was called as Dharmadhikari. And Amatya consists of civil servants and few other ministers. And Grami is the village headman, and Vrajapati is the chief officer or the officer in charge of pastoral lands. Next question. Consider the following statements. The first statement, Nandalal Bose, who left a major imprint on Indian art, was the first recipient of a scholarship offered by Indian Society of Oriental Art, founded in 1907. The second statement, Samitis such as Swadesh Bandhab Samiti of Ashwin Kumar Dutt emerged as a very popular and powerful means of mass mobilization. These are the main incidents happened in the extremist movement in 1906 to 1907. Samitis such as Swadesh Bandhab Samiti of Ashwin Kumar Dutt emerged as a popular and powerful means of mass mobilization, and also there were many important events in the cultural spheres, like Subramanya Bharati wrote Swadesha Geetam, and also in the painting, Abhinendranath Tagore broke the domination of Victorian naturalism over the Indian art scenes and took the inspiration from Ajanta, Mughal and Rajput paintings. Nandalal Bose, who left a major imprint on Indian art, was the first recipient of scholarship offered by Indian Society of Orient Art, founded in 1907. From this we can easily say that these two statements are correct. Hence the correct answer is C, that is both 1 and 2. These are the questions for today. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.